Hey, what's good you guys? Victor with PhoneArena here today, comparing two of the hottest devices you can buy right now, and both of them run on Android. One is the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the other is the Google Pixel made by Google itself. And which of these two is the better phone? We have the taller and the unique full screen design of the Samsung Galaxy S8 go against the smoothly running excellent camera of the Google Pixel. Let's start with the design. First things first. We have a metal and glass construction on the Galaxy S8 that looks stylish, definitely, but it is also more prone to catching fingerprints, and it has a weirdly positioned fingerprint scanner on the back, which is a bit hard to reach and just feels weird. The Pixel does not have those issues, but it's slippery. Both phones are built pretty solidly, so no issues in that department. The real star of the show here is the Galaxy S8 display though, and you can clearly see that it's a huge step up from previous displays that used to have a huge chin on the top and the bottom that unnecessarily occupied a lot of space, and this is almost gone now with the Galaxy S8. It features a display with an 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio. You can just see how much more screen space you get here when you compare the phone with the Pixel, but curiously enough, both displays are nearly identical in terms of their width. So despite the Pixel being a 5-inch phone and the Galaxy S8 being a 5.8-inch phone, they have nearly the same width. It's the height of the display that is really different. You can see the colors on both phones are looking really good. Both displays use AMOLED technology, but the one on the S8 features curved edges towards the sides, and it just looks very well calibrated. The Pixel is also a very decent display, but the S8 is one step further. Now this is a difference that will matter to photographers and professionals mostly, but not so much to regular people. To regular people, both these displays look sharp and have pretty much stunning color, but if you look into the accuracy charts that you can find on PhoneArena.com, you will see that the S8 does a little bit better. Now what about the interface? Now we have this issue that there is a little bit of stutter here in the Galaxy S8, and this is disappointing. When you compare it to the Pixel, it's definitely obvious. The Pixel is one of the smoothest running Android phones out there, while the S8 runs well, runs fast, but there is a little bit of that stutter, which is pretty apparent if you use the two phones. What else? Both phones have the Google Assistant preloaded, which is good news. The S8 also has the Edge display functionality, which allows you to add quick shortcuts and quickly glance at applications, quick info. You can check up the weather, some stocks, things like that, sports scores. It's useful. It's not a huge deal, but it's definitely a nice extra to have. And in terms of the interface, you can just see how much cleaner the S8 looks like, and it's surprising because Samsung just a couple years ago made interfaces that didn't look that good, but these days it seems to have gone the other way, and Samsung is setting a high mark in terms of display standards, design and aesthetics. It's really among the very best you can get out there. Now, in terms of other specs and features, both phones run on Android 7 Nougat. Now, this is a clean stock version on the Pixel and the skinned one on the Galaxy S8. Both support multitasking, and the Pixel features the Snapdragon 821, which is a good chip, but the S8 has the Snapdragon 835 in the United States, which is an even better chip. Now, we already mentioned about daily performance, which is not as great as you'd expect on the S8, but you can see in gaming it's really good. The phone is able to keep fairly steady frame rates and just works fairly well. Now by default this phone is set to Full HD Plus resolution, but you can bump this up to Quad HD Plus, which is even more detailed. Next up, let's talk one of the other important areas of a modern phone, we should say, and this is the camera. Now the S8 features a 12 megapixel camera that has improved from its predecessor, the S7, which had one very good camera, and it's equally fast. It has dual pixel autofocus, one of the fastest autofocusing technologies around. Is it on par with the Google Pixel though? The Google Pixel is widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best cameras out there, and the answer is that the S8 is close but not quite there yet. Now we're dealing with some slight over sharpening and a bit of a clarity effect on the S8. It looks a little bit artificial. Now the Pixel has the more natural looks, but on the other side, when we look at the edges of a picture, the S8 is very well detailed throughout the whole picture, while the Pixel loses a bit of that detail towards the edges. Now for daily use, again, most people will not be able to tell much of a difference, but if you look closely into the pictures, and the same applies for the selfies too, they're just more detailed, more balanced, they have better color reproduction, slightly but noticeably on the Pixel. Here today testing the video camera on the Galaxy S8. Right now we're recording in 4K resolution, 12 megapixel camera on the S8. How does it do in terms of video? Let's start that by moving the phone down and up to see how it adjusts to the varying light conditions. We have much more light up and it's darker down, so let's see how the phone adjusts. Victor with PhoneArena here, testing the video recording capabilities of Google's Pixel. Now Google made its own phone, the Pixel, and it claims that it's one of the best cameras in the Android world. And let's test this out. And let's start our video test by moving the phone down and then up. Now this shows you how the phone adjusts to different exposure levels. Now what you just saw was two 4K video samples on the Pixel and the Galaxy S8 where we saw the same things. The Pixel was a little bit sharper, a little bit cleaner, a little bit better. In terms of call quality, we have no issues with either of these phones. Each one of them is able to reproduce voices nicely. And last but not least, we have battery. Battery is good on both these phones. It's very solid to get you throughout a day and a half easily, and for some people even 2 days, but it's not revolutionary in a way that we've seen on the phones like the Moto Z series, for example. It's just a solid battery life. So at the end of the day, which of these two phones should you get, the S8 or the Pixel? Now, if you care about the best, smoothest performance and you want the absolute best camera, the Pixel is still the way to go. The S8 is a little bit more expensive, but it delivers in terms of design and looks. If you want a shiny, elegant phone that is still very good, maybe just a little bit behind the Pixel in terms of performance, the S8 is also a great choice. For more detailed review, make sure to check out phonearena.com. Thanks for watching.